Hey, welcome to Tornado Alley. Where's your concert you're going to photograph tonight? You need to be prepared. I'm going to give you some tips on how to take care of that in just a minute. Okay, so what is the easiest way to avoid the weather problems when you photograph concerts? Well, duh, Bob. You go ahead and you shoot indoors. Oh, yeah, okay. But most of the time, there's a lot of concerts that are held outdoors. There's a lot of festivals and things like that, and weather changes. We live in the deep heart of Tornado Alley in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and we're subject to just about any kind of weather from 110, 112 degrees to zero in the same year. So it's not unusual. I've shot concerts I know in 112 degrees. I've shot concerts in 40, 35, 40 degrees. I've shot concerts that started out in the daytime. There's warm in the 80 high 80s. By the time the show's going, it's over 100 degrees, and at night when the show goes on, I shot Heart in a driving rainstorm that all day I've been broiled, and we're using sunscreen. So what you need to do is learn to be prepared for whatever type of environment you're going to be in, especially if it's outdoors. So we're going to cover some of that here in just a few seconds. Stay tuned to the end, and I should give you a whole list of everything that you're going to need to keep in your bag and what you should do. We'll see you in a second. These photos are from the 1978 Texas World Music Festival, the Jam. It's 110 degrees, 135,000 screaming fans. They're soaking us down with water hoses, and the thing went on from 8 o'clock in the morning till after 2 in the next day's morning. So you had to be prepared. Okay, I learned last year that sometimes it's best. What I normally work with an assistant, someone that's assisting me on all my shoots, especially the outdoors. And what they do is they keep track of all my excess gear. They keep track of my notes, and they take care of the clothing and the food. So it's not unusual for them to have a bag with things like rain parkas, camera covers, sunscreen, various other things. But one of the new things I bought after finding out a big outdoor festival a couple years ago, I bought a Saffy Rose, I don't know, that's what it says, parka. It's a big black parka, and it says one size fits all. I'll put a link in the comments to it where I got it on Amazon, but it covers everything, and it's black, so it fits traditional. Um, it ran me about $20 US for this thing. But I haven't had a chance to use it yet because I haven't been caught out. All last year rained whenever I was doing stuff, but this year it hadn't really rained at all here. So the next thing I'm going to cover is the day here in Texas will start out and it'll be 80, 85 degrees, and then we'll have something called the Siberian Express come through, and it can drop to 20 degrees within a matter of hours. Unfortunately, concerts go on because they don't know they're going to have this kind of thing, or they're gambling that they don't have to deal with it. So what I do is I keep a hoodie, and I have a black one and I have a gray one, and it just so happens on my black one and my gray one, I'll have some advertisement on it, just because I wear it everywhere else, but just I wear it places other than just doing concert photography. I wear it to the bank. Um, I'll wear it to the grocery store in the winter. And some of you probably see me on YouTube maybe wearing them because they're very comfortable. So I get those made. Um, Long sleeve shirts, t-shirts, comfortable shoes. I saw a thing where somebody was asking about what kind of shoes do you wear at a concert. So typically what I do is I wear Hoka Una Una Cliftons, and I wear black ones. I've got black ones and blue ones, but I wear black ones. And to protect them from the weather, I wear them with the weather coating on it, so it repels the water, and that keeps my feet from getting wet and having an issue. I've actually shot concerts in driving rain, and one show I shot Simon and Garfunkel at the Cotton Bowl, and I was up to my I was up over my ankles in water. So rain gear and protection is very good thing to have.
Yep, I'm confused. It's a poncho, not a parka. So look at it, it's a poncho. And this photo is of Hart during the 1979 Texas Jam at the start of the thunderstorm.
Okay, another thing we learned when shooting a lot of festivals. Well, most of the time I was shooting a lot of indoor stuff, but recently I've been doing a lot of festivals. And here in Texas it's hot, so we carry a cooler. It's a small cooler about this big. It's insulated, and it's a fabric, so it's not a hard shell cooler. You can get in to 99% of places with it, and we'll take and put cold water in it. Now, what I've been doing is I'll take one or two of those bottles and I'll put them in the freezer, and I'll freeze the water. Okay, by the end of the day, it's still not dethawed. It's still pretty solid. So one of the good things about it is the water that I didn't freeze is cold and I can drink it, and then the ones that are frozen I can put on the back of my neck or put on.
Here's an example of the cooler that we carry with us usually to most festivals. It's small, light, and insulated.
What I'll do is I'll put the cold, and we also carry cold rags, where we'll take them in the freezer or right before we're ready to go, a couple hours before, let them get really cool. We'll put them in a Ziploc baggie, stick them in the bag, and then we can use them to put on us during some of the excessive heat that we get. So keeping cool and keeping protected is very important, because if you're sunburnt and hurting, it's no good. Also, for bad weather, you want to keep an eye out on the Weather Channel and be prepared for whatever weather actually comes through. You never know, especially here in the Tornado Alley. We could have anything come through. You could have literally heat, rain, snow, a tornado, a hailstorm. So you want to have something to protect your camera gear. I've in the past used golf umbrellas in sandstorms. So where I'd take and open up the golf umbrella and put it out on the ground, and then sat and laid down behind it while the sandstorm was going on, the dust storm was going on, and then after the dust storm, got up and closed up the umbrella. So that it's a little big, but if you're prepared for it, it's a good thing to have. So as a list, I'm going to give you a little bit of a list. You want to have one of these rain parkas, something like that, a rain coat. I've got another. I've got this that I use as a raincoat, and typically with it, I will put it over a jacket. I'll put it over depending on the weight of the jacket, depends on the temperatures that I'm going to be facing. It goes over a long sleeve shirt, it goes over a t-shirt, it repels rain and water. So that's a handy thing to have. Sunscreen. One of the things that you need to understand about the sun, your ears can get really burnt, especially if you wear a ball cap like I do. And sometimes what you want to be careful of is if you wear one of these net mesh types see-through ball caps. The sun will go right through them. So you want to make sure that you wear a solid ball cap if possible. So I'll add that to the list. I got the hoodie. The hoodie's good. One of the nice things about hoodies, if you get the one with the front pocket, you can put, a lot of times what I'll do is I'll put the video camera that's filming this video right now inside it when I'm not using it, and it's out of the way. It works just like another camera case. I can put gear in there. I can put all that kind of stuff into it, so I don't have to. I've got my fanny pack and I've got it, so it's like having two fanny packs. Did I mention sunscreen? Get you some really good sunscreen, and be sure to have plenty of food and water to make you through the day. I was at a concert that I was photographing, and I did not eat because I went with a bunch of people, and we were in one car, and the person that had all our food moved the car in the middle of the night, and we have no idea where that car was. We didn't catch up with him when we got into the arena. We got into the stadium. The stadium was at 8 o'clock in the morning. We didn't leave until 11:30 that night. So whatever cash and money I had on hand is what we lived on. So we lived on. You had to buy handfuls of crushed ice at one time, and whatever you could buy for food is what you had for the whole day. So you want to be sure you got plenty of food, plenty of water. You want to make sure that you have, in bad weather, this goes along with it, you want to make sure that you have any allergy medicine or medications you need, and that they're sealed and that they are covered in a temperature environment that they need to be. So a lot of planning, a lot of prepping, a lot of things for handling bad weather. Please pay attention to the Weather Channel before you go, especially if you're going out of town. If you go out of town for a concert, you want to make sure that you look at what the seasonal weather's like, what the weekly forecast is like, and what they're projecting for the time you're going to be there. And just on top of everything, be careful, use your head, and try to stay safe, dry, and warm, or cool, whichever it may be. And it's one of the things a lot of people don't think about when it comes to concert photography. So think about it, and if you liked anything in this video, if anything was useful, you saw anything like that, please like and subscribe. Man, we appreciate it. See you next week.